Hey folks, this is Aharon from the 40 Nuggets team. I'm going to spend a few minutes with you talking about how you can use modal windows, opt-in windows, what we call nuggets, to convert more of your traffic. It's a great tool, especially if you're a small and medium business competing to convert more of the hard-fought traffic into leads. And we know that there's always this stigma about these windows, which is well deserved because many times they're used aggressively. They're used in a way that doesn't necessarily take into account what the user wants, what the visitor wants. We want to see ways that we can segment and thereby get you a much higher conversion rate on your modal window. So I want to start actually by looking at that a bit. There's this great blog, some of you probably know, by Dan Zarella, who has a book called The Science of Marketing on Amazon, smart guy. He did a little study on his own traffic, and he found that basically with a pop-up, you can double your conversion rate, and at the same time, your bounce rate doesn't really change that much, right? He had a significant growth in his conversion rate, and his bounce rate didn't go down. Now, at the same time, all of us have experienced really annoying pop-ups, an exit pop-up that happens every time, a pop-up that doesn't close, whatever it might be, or something that's just too aggressive. So let's take a look for a minute at the whole question of how to segment. And today, in this first course, and we're going to look at some other ways in future courses, we're going to talk about segmenting by behavior. Now, it turns out that you want to relate differently to a new visitor than to a loyal visitor, right? It makes sense. Meaning, if you think about a brick and mortar store, when someone walks through the door, they're a new person. You want to introduce them. You want to meet them. You want to understand what you're doing. When it comes to someone who has been in your store for a while, well, you know them, or they come back often. You have a more friendly relationship. Maybe you can talk about different options with them to upsell. Whereas with a new person, you want to just make sure they're comfortable and see what they're about, what they're interested in, so you can nurture that. Depends. You're going to have different offers for different people, right? And that's actually, if you look at your traffic in your website, this is an old blog that I like. Unfortunately, they don't publish much anymore. It's called Trending Upward. It was about analytics in higher education. And you can see different websites have different curves, right? So here's a website where almost everyone is new. People aren't really loyal. They're not coming back. But when someone builds loyalty, look at the curve change. Well, they want to make sure that they're talking to these people at this end of the curve differently than they're talking to people over here. So how would you do that with your modal window? Well, let me just use 40 Nuggets to show you, because it's probably the easiest tool for doing it. There probably are others that you may have in a system you're using, but let's just get the basic concept down, right? So 40 Nuggets you would use to create a modal window on your website, a pop-up. Let's do it here. We could do a basic, a split nugget, an advanced nugget. Let's just do a split nugget here. In this nugget, I want to target people who are coming back several times a month on an ongoing basis, right? So let's say I want to offer them a special coupon. And I'm going to pick a design. And let's take something, nice and maybe a little urban feeling, or go something like this. Right? Great deals off. Take an extra, 15%. Maybe want to say great deals for loyal visitors, right? There you go, right? Something like that. You can design it however you want. You can make it look however you want. Decide what you want to collect. But these people have been at your site before, right? You may not have converted them, but they've been at your site before. And we want to make sure that we now get them converted and we give them an offer that's special for them, right? So I've got that. Maybe I'm going to A/B test it with a different form or a different design. Maybe we'll go with something in the corner, corner shape. Something like, I don't know, we could do something like maybe like this, right? Test out a few different models. Anyways, moving forward, you go into setup here, and what's nice is that if you break open the auto optimization, you can actually target traffic, right? So you can say, let's have this nugget show up only for loyal visitors, right? And you can also say loyal visitors from direct traffic, from paid, from search engines, from social media, but let's just say all loyal visitors. And there we go. We've got now a nugget that is only going to show up when we're able to see, oh, this is a person who's regularly visiting your website. We're going to get into some of these other things in the future. You hit confirm. That's it. It gives you the wrap up. We'll call it loyal visitor offer. Now, what's nice here is that, these people you can offer something different or special to, that maybe a new person, it would just be maybe confusing or too much, or you're not certain yet that you want to do it. Whereas with a new nugget, let's say you want to go after your new visitors, maybe you want to just have a simple opt-in. Let's open that up and do a basic nugget. just get signs for promotion. We'll do, let's do a big screen, something really kind of aggressive here. And we could do like before you leave. We could edit that, make it look how we want. And, we could just say, report for you, right? Offer them some sort of special report, learn how to transform your workout, whatever you want to do, right? You can really adjust it to fit your needs, and it'll dynamically adjust to look good, and obviously it'll format well for various different devices. Advanced options, you can play with the colors, design, so on and so forth. Anyways, point is you go to setup, and then what you're going to do is break that open, and we're going to focus this on new visitors, right? So anyone who's a loyal visitor, they're not going to see it if they're already loyal, and we can track that. New people will see it, and you're going to try to convert them on this, whereas then people who come back regularly are going to start seeing something that's a little more focused on them, right? These little things are ways that you are going to get an uptick in your conversion rate, and they're going to start bringing you in more percents of your traffic. So that's what I'm going to end with here, and we're going to be back in a little bit with the next course where we're going to be doing some interesting things when it comes to segmenting by language and even geography. So thanks so much. We're really happy to have you checking us out. And anytime you want, you can always just get in touch with us. And that's it. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.